Hello everybody, welcome back to Expedition Homestead. I hope you all are having an incredible day. Your springs are starting off great and you're ready to start growing your plants outside. Now today specifically, I'm going to be talking about a couple of very critical things and pivotal moments in my channel's future and in the future of what we're growing outside and inside and all of our grow spaces here. I think you're going to be very excited for it. I think it's going to be the greatest next move that we can make, as well as far as what we can do as a family towards providing value to every little bit of my gardening life and our gardening aspects and mentality and everything that surrounds it. Before we talk about all the big changes, the incredible stuff that's going to be coming up here, I want to talk about our seeds that we've got this year. Specifically, we've got an incredible setup from Survival Garden Seeds. There's a pack right here. This is a 100 pack of seeds, as well as a 50 and 30 pack of heirloom seeds. This is so incredible because I could buy this entire thing and literally not have to think about any of the other seeds that I was buying. Between these, 100, I'm just gonna take the whole cap off here so you can see just how many different varieties and packets there are in this single bucket. Plus, like I said, we've got the other ones. So I'm gonna give you a couple close up looks on everything that they have. I'm trying to make it quick because obviously 180 different seed packets to go through is quite a bit. But the overall idea that I had when purchasing these is not only just the high quality of seeds that they provide, the low price as well. It's just the time that I would have to take in order to ensure that I'm growing everything, all the fun plants, all the cool plants that I would need to, and the cost at which I would get those at. I don't have to worry about any of that. This is a cut and dry system to buy a ton of seeds for your homestead, for your family. And it's not just vegetable seeds either. They've got all kinds of flower seeds and herb seeds in these packs as well. So this homesteader one specifically is going to be like more of your vegetables. Otherwise, we've got these home gardens, a lot of your vegetables here too. But then this, the seed vault. The seed vault specifically is going to provide you value by not only providing vegetable seeds, but also providing the types of seeds that you're going to need to provide diversity to a homestead. So say the situation where you want to be able to provide and grow everything you might need. So they've got companion plants like morning glory. They've got tarragon, thyme, milkweed, beans, bergamot, lovage, all of the very critical plants, herbs, and vegetables that we don't really think of on a daily basis when we are talking about vegetable gardens and the type of plants that we're growing in our gardens. So they really went all out in this pack to make sure that this is going to be a group of plants that is going to be able to support you and your family. That's why this is the seed vault. This is the seed vault of all the incredible different varieties that you might not think about. So seed vault. Home garden seeds packets. These obviously will be in a link in the description below if you want to check them out. I highly encourage it. Really great company. I really enjoyed the time I've had talking with them about their product and their overall idea behind what they're doing for a company. So, this is a company that actually stands for good too. They didn't pay me for this for anything. I just want to make sure that any product I'm using here on this channel is going to be a high quality product for you at home. And that is really, really achieved with the Survival Garden Seeds. So let's take a close look at some of these other varieties that they've got in here. Otherwise, if you check out their website and check out the link in the description below, you're gonna find all of those as well. Let's just breeze through these really quick. Summer squash, winter squash, sunflowers, spinach, spearmint, sage, lima bean, forget-me-nots, rutabaga, fenugreek, fennel, radishes, popcorn, strawberry popcorn, pumpkins, eggplants, echinacea, cucumber, cowpeas, pollinator mix, peppermint, some different peppers, cowpeas, parsley, pak choi, oregano, collards, chives, like Chinese celery, just literally everything is in here. Beans, bush beans, asparagus, kale, artichoke, basil, lovage, loofah golds, marigolds, different melons, zucchini, white sage, sweet peas, tarragon, watermelon, sunflowers, more tomatoes here, So that is just in one box here. Nasturtiums, I love nasturtiums. Beets, radishes, everything you can imagine is in here, which is so, so cool. Plus, we've got this heirloom variety pack here. Yeah. I'm gonna open this up.
So these are all the seeds. It has these seeds and different seeds, and these seeds and different seeds. These seeds and different seeds. I love those, kind of, and these seeds.
Good job. Thank you, buddy. So arugula, basil, broccoli,
Yum.
carrots, Yum. Cucumber, Yum. Cilantro, Yum. Wildflowers, eggplant, melons, okra,
Yum.
peppers, jalapeno pepper,
Yum.
dill, spinach. Yum. Then we got beets, lettuce, more lettuce, parsley, kale, cabbage, pumpkin,
Yum.
radish,
Yum.
winter squash, Swiss chard,
Yum.
tomatoes,
Yum.
more tomatoes, turnips, watermelon, and zucchini. Also, these packs are resealable, so you can put your seeds back in here. That way they're gonna last, you know, the 4 to 8 years that they should, because they're in a sealed container where we can keep the moisture out. Just keep them like in your basement in a colder temperature, right around like mid-60s is perfect. And then here is the 50-pack homesteader variety. Like, this is just, it's like Christmas here. They literally have everything, and I am beyond happy with what we've seen so far. The variety here is just so much fun. Don't you think it's awesome that they've got like everything we could even grow? Yeah. What kind of vegetables are your favorite that you see in here?
Tomato, carrots, cucumbers.
Nice. I love all of those as well. There's cucumbers. They got just about everything we need.
So I love planting, and I love planting seeds. They're my favorite thing to plant.
So now, what other changes am I talking about? What am I going to be implementing downstairs in the basement here and in our gardening thesis that is going to change overall? Well, number one is longevity. I'm thinking of doing more and more of the types of plants that I can provide to other people to encourage them to grow and to expand in their gardening skills. So willow cuttings, a couple of different plant cuttings. But overall, I think you're gonna see our houseplant collection dwindle down, and I can dive more into plants that are going to be keeping you happy and healthy, as well as encouraging your passion for gardening. So I'm gonna take my last 8 years of experience growing this channel and building this channel, and the types of plants that I've had the most reward in growing, and I wanna start focusing more so on those, really narrowing down, instead of having a million types of houseplants, all different kinds of things that really don't provide value to me at the end of the day. And whilst it might provide value to some of you, and it might provide value in different ways to everybody, I think I've had plenty of videos talking about my houseplants, and now it's about time that we start talking about how I can feed the world, how I can feed your passion, how I can feed the way that you want to grow in your garden. So more long-term perennial plants, fruit trees, willow trees have been an awesome plant to grow. So I want to start doing more stuff with those and experimenting with them. I want to start doing more aquaponics center, hydroponics center. Some more sustainability ideas are going to get incorporated into this channel instead of the houseplant stuff. I love the houseplants. It's really great to get people into gardening, but I think ultimately over time, it's just not 100% aligned with what I'm trying to achieve at the end of the day with this channel and with my life and the everyday actions that I am taking to make sure that I make a difference in this world. The number one goal for me is to stop people from starving. There's 3 million children that starve to death each and every year, and I think it's an absolute travesty. It does not need to happen in today's world. We're also gonna start growing more flowers here on the channel, both annuals and perennials. I know we've been talking more and more about the dahlia tubers that I've been trying to grow, but sure enough, here we are. And my active grow LED has been growing our Christmas cactus like beyond belief, as well as our aloes and different cactus propagations and Chinese evergreen. But I haven't been able to take the time to get my dahlia tubers in there. So I'm literally going to do that today because I've got no other choice yet. I want to get them sprouting and growing before summer. So we're gonna start using these beds here like I intended to for the dahlia tubers. Do you have anything to say about the gardens?
That plants, they need a lot of water and a lot of sun. Even also seedling a lot, really lot.
Yes, they do.
And seeds.
Seedlings, seeds, plants, lots of sun, lots of water. So what I've found myself in the situation of is the fact that I am so busy, I need to make sure that everything I'm growing is providing value to me. And then not only that, but I understand the value it's providing to you as a viewer. Otherwise, I'm not gonna find myself doing as much as I should be in the garden. So we're gonna change a couple of different things up. We're gonna start growing more cuttings, more willow tree cuttings down here so I can start growing willow tree bonsais. We're gonna start doing sprouts because sprouts are gonna be providing me and my family with a lot of incredibly nutritionally dense food. And we've got a brand new Spider Farmer plant rack right here. And we're gonna basically free up a lot of this space as well for providing food for the family indoors. So that way I'm gonna see the value in that. I'm gonna make sure that I take the time to feed my family with these things that I can grow at home instead of just these plants that honestly I don't really care too much about most of them. I love the Guatemalense Monstros EP2, so curly Sue cactus. I love growing Sansevieria. I love my jade. But otherwise, these other things, some of these things, I just really don't care that much about. I'm gonna keep my aloe vera here, but I'm gonna consolidate into the plants that I truly care about and truly find value in. So that way, oops, get the light out of here. That way you can see that value that I'm trying to provide through that passion again. I really wanna make sure that I kick this off into the season in a right way. So please correct me if I'm wrong, comment down below if you think I'm just changing up things because I'm getting too lazy with it. But I want you to understand that I am so busy raising a few beautiful kids at home. I'm so busy with a brand new job. I'm so busy with nurturing my relationship with my wife that in order for my life to be balanced, I need to be focusing on the correct thing. So over time, I have realized more and more that that correct thing is about feeding people. It's about feeding my family. It's about supporting the local communities that I'm around as well. So these changes that I'm about to make this year is going to fuel that, and it's going to drive that change on this channel here. And I think you're gonna see some incredible results from it, that we're able to make changes in our local community as well as in my heart and in the different aspects that we're truly trying to provide as a gardening channel. So getting away from houseplants and getting more into feeding the world and changing the lives around us. That is my number one mission. So with that being said, we are going to also be changing a couple of things the way I'm doing it in my vegetable garden. I want to figure out how I can grow a vegetable garden as easy as possible. I'm talking about like no hardening off seeds downstairs, no growing them downstairs, getting the seeds outside and letting nature do its thing, and seeing different techniques that I can use in order to make sure that I'm more and more successful when growing that way. Because I know a lot of people just don't have the time to grow seeds inside, just as I barely have the time this year, but they also have a hard time with figuring out how to get their seedlings to grow outside in the correct manner if they don't have the time to grow them indoors. And a lot of people also that grow them indoors have an impossible journey that they have to take place on when they realize it's not that easy to grow seedlings indoors. You need to give them a ton of light. You have to be very specific on the watering. You don't have to give them too many nutrients at first, but the first developmental stages of a seedling's life are extremely crucial. So I think by taking the process, and even here in Wisconsin, southeastern Wisconsin, with very harsh winters, cool temperatures up into spring, and we can get some random frost here and there, I think that I can implement a couple of different things that are going to allow us to grow plants outdoors effectively. I mean, I am sowing my seeds, every single seed that I'm growing for a vegetable plant, except for my peppers, which I am going to probably start either indoors or buy them separately. But every other plant, I'm going to start outside. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This year, that's the way I'm doing it. I'm also implementing something kind of interesting, which is having to do with our tomatoes and beans. So I hope you find this to be pretty interesting. With my tomatoes and beans last year, I found that I had a bunch of them just randomly sprout up and volunteer themselves in the garden from last year's harvest. So what I did this last year before I got everything harvested is I let a bunch of tomatoes, a bunch of beans, bush beans and pole beans, just totally ripen on the vine, rot apart, fall onto the soil, and the seeds have laid there dormant over winter. What I am hoping is that I can get my tomatoes and beans to 100% self-seed in my gardens. Now, of course, I'm going to use some of these different varieties that I haven't grown before in different areas of the garden as well, but I have 2 beds set up directly to self-seed themselves, because I realize if we can make a system that works for people that have their vegetables grow by themselves without any extra work, that's going to help somebody in the world learn that they can do that as well. Somebody in the world is going to realize that they're able to set up a system to where it takes much less time to grow a valuable harvest of vegetables in their garden. So that is all I have to say today. I really poured my heart out in today's video. I'm very excited for the actual decision that I've made to make these changes in my garden, to make these changes indoors here, and to really put forward a new focus on the channel here. Ultimately, we are working our way towards a homestead where we've got animals as well. So this is just our next step in that direction to really focus on feeding our family, feeding our local communities, and making a difference in that world. So thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, you know where the button is. Hit that thumbs up, and also make sure you comment down below on what your thoughts were from today's video. I wish you all a great and happy gardening adventure. We'll see you in the next one.
This is almost the end of the video, and I just wanted to say one thing. Have a great day.
Thanks, buddy. High five.